is Jabuti the Tortoise, a trickster tale from the Amazon by Gerald McDermott. Jabuti the Tortoise played a song on his flute. His shell was smooth and shiny, and his song was sweet. His music wove through the tangled vines and floated above the treetops. All the creatures of the rainforest listened to his song. For some, Jabuti's song was sour. Jaguar could remember when Jabuti tricked him into chasing his own tail. Lizard could remember when Jabuti tricked him into giving Jabuti a ride on his back. The tapir could remember when Jabuti tricked him into a tug-of-war with a whale. But the birds of the air loved Jabuti's music, and they sang with him when he played. All except Vulture, who could not sing at all. He was jealous of Jabuti and waited for the day when he could eat that little tortoise. There came a time when all the birds of the air were invited to the festival in heaven. The King of Heaven called them together to sing, to rejoice, and to receive his blessing. When Jabuti saw the great gathering of the birds, he wanted to go too. "I want to play my flute for the King of Heaven," he said. Vulture laughed at him. "I may not be able to make music like you," said Vulture, "but I can spread my wings and soar all the way up to heaven." "Take me with you," Jabuti pleaded. Vulture saw his chance. "Climb on my back, little friend," he said. Vulture spread his dark wings and rose up in the air. Jabuti held tight to Vulture's feathers as they flew high above the treetops. The dense forest and the great river stretched far below. They had almost reached heaven when Vulture suddenly swooped and turned upside down. Jabuti lost hold of Vulture's feathers and slipped off his back. Jabuti went tumbling through the sky. The earth came rushing towards them, and he cried out, "Twigs and bushes, flowers and trees, move aside, make way for me!" All the plants, the trees, the forest parted wide to make way for Jabuti, but he had forgotten to call to rock. Jabuti came down on it with a crack, and his smooth, shiny shell broke into pieces. And at that moment, the music of this festival in heaven stopped. The King of Heaven looked down and saw Vulture joining the other birds. "Where is Jabuti?" asked the King of Heaven. "I don't know." "How would I know that?" he answered. "Jabuti wanted to play for me, and you offered to bring him here," said the King of Heaven sternly. "Tell me, where is he?" Vulture turned away from the King of Heaven and put his head beneath his wing. The King of Heaven commanded his birds to search for Jabuti. The bird filled the sky, flying high over the treetops, swooping low through the tangled vines, looking for that little tortoise. Toucan, macaw, and hummingbird found Jabuti. He was lying helpless in the forest. His beautiful shell was broken. Bird gathered the pieces and patched him up together. And when they were done, Jabuti played a song of thanks for them. And where the birds had touched Jabuti, they each took on a new color. Toucan got a red and yellow beak, macaw a bright orange feathers, and hummingbird an emerald green belly. Vulture sang the same dull color, and he still can't sing. Jabuti the Tortoise plays on his flute. His music weaves through the tangled vines and floats above the treetops. His shell may be cracked and patched, but his song is sweet, at least to some. The